it's like you step 180. But they were pairing, they wanted to swing the person over here. Even if you just crash, how she grab me, see? Like that. So casual, see, he's not going anywhere yet. I connect like this, and now he's coming with us. All right, thanks for helping me with this demo. I want to talk about something I saw on YouTube. So I saw someone demonstrate an Aikido technique called Tenkan, which is a stepping. Basically, it's like you step 180. But they were pairing it with a hand technique. So if you grab my hand, okay, and then they wanted to swing the person over here, okay, and the teacher, the sensei, was really good at it and very successful. And it was in like a workshop or seminar, and the students have varying levels of success. One of the difficulty was the person just kind of grabbed them, not very hard, just like say, grab me, you grab me, and they go like this, and they just end up letting go. And so like, oh, please grab harder, and then that was a little better. But sometimes you grab hard and you have an intention to stay still, right? Then it's like, it's not going. then they'll say something like, grab hard and really like try to restrain me. Don't let me move. So push into me. So now they're giving them, and then they could get them to move. But now that we get into a territory where that's a very unrealistic demonstration, like people don't usually grab you like that, right? and so, but this technique works because you see Sensei Ueshiba demonstrate this kind of thing. Someone barely touches him and he does that, and they go flying somewhere like that, right? And we can do it in Tai Chi. So you grab me, right? Yeah.
Hard,
just even casually grabbing me. Even if you just crash, how she grab me, see? Like that. So we can do it in Tai Chi. What did that feel like?
It felt very strange. I wasn't putting much force on you.
Yeah.
But that was sufficient to just kind of lead my body.
Yeah. And then, so we have a whole process of doing that. What I did was, he's grabbing me just casually. So if I don't do my Tai Chi and I just go like this, most likely, if I use enough force, my hand's gonna yank free. And if I use too little force, nothing happens. And too much force and this happens. So what I did was, in Tai Chi, I used our concept of the heaven, men, earth. So I align with heaven, earth, and I connect you along this circuit along with me. So you are a part of this heaven, men, earth circuit with me. So let's start over. You're grabbing me. So casual, see, he's not going anywhere yet. I connect like this, and now he's coming with us. Strange?
Yes, it was very strange, Sifu.
So that is strange, even to Ray, who's been doing this for like a year and a half, 2 years. So year and a half, I think. So because this is the most advanced part of Tai Chi. At the same time, I know that Sensei Ueshiba and Aikido said the same thing. That's something very similar, that you align with the ki of heaven and earth, you swallow the opponent's ki, their energy, and then you move in accordance with the laws of heaven and earth, and they move. So he says something very, very similar to what we say in Phoenix Mountain Tai Chi. The key thing is, that's all he said. I really like his writing and his teaching. I would say he's like a enlightened warrior poet. His writing is beautiful, poetry. You can hang on the wall and just like be fascinated by it all day. But poetry is a very tough way to learn from because it's so concise. There's so much meaning behind every word. And there's so much meaning in poetry behind every word that's not spoken, not written down. And so it's beautiful, but it's hard to learn from. So to get to that peak of the mountain in Phoenix Mountain Tai Chi, we have 5 skills we work through: fascia, song, chi, Neijin, internal power, and then yi, intention. So we work through these 5 stages that helps you to feel the internal elements, the awareness of what's necessary to control in yourself and in your partner to cause a result that you're going to ultimately achieve. So let's talk about that real quickly. So you grasp onto me, right? So don't let me move you.
Okay.
We work with overt resistance. So he's like, okay, and then, okay. So this is difficult at this point. The first skill is fascia. So that's a connective tissue between me and him, inside of his body, in my body too. I feel my fascia, and then I feel his fascia. Usually the easiest way is by stretching his fascia a little bit in some manner. So I feel his fascia, and I feel that connect through his body. Once I have that, then I drag that fascia, and he'll go. So let's come again. Grab on, don't let me move you. Okay, like that. So see, I connect through like that, and then he'll go. What does that feel like?
It felt like basically through that coiling motion, you seize control of my fascia, and then
Yeah.
you move me.
Yeah. So this is less strange. It's more feelable, right? What's happening? Yeah. So the coiling motion, I seize his body. So it's like you eat spaghetti. So I twist my fork and I bundle up the spaghetti. It's like now, okay, now, because at first I scoop the spaghetti, it just keeps slipping off my fork, right? So now I curl and I feel the spaghetti wrap into my fork, and then when I move my fork, spaghetti goes. So this is the first level of fascia. Second level of song is about how to release the tension in your body. So your body becomes one integrated unit, one big water balloon or air balloon of pressure. So he grabs onto me, okay, don't let me move you, like this. So here, if I fight his muscle, it's very, very difficult. So now that I could feel the connection between him and me, I feel the release of tension in my body, and my body becomes one continuous pressure system. I feel the pressure system of his body, and through that connection, that's what I move him by. Okay, so come again, don't let me move you. This time I don't have to twist anymore, so I just feel that connection, you just go. What does that feel like to you?
It felt more effective because you didn't have to do the twisting at all.
I didn't have to do the twisting at all, and that's crucial, because his spaghetti fascia, I twist it. If you yield and go with me a little bit,
Oh, okay, then you don't have something.
then don't have anything. So you keep yielding with me so that I cannot get him. And when I use song, I relax and connect with the pressure. See, like this. There's no good way to yield to that. No easy way to yield to that. Song means to release. So we're releasing the tension in our muscle and fascia. So my whole body becomes one integrated unit. So that instead of having a bunch of little joints and spaces, like a bunch of little hot dog links, I'm one big gingerbread cookie man. Okay, so that's song. The next level is what we call chi, where you control the energy inside your body. So he grabs onto me, doesn't let me move him. Okay, now this time, grab more relaxed. So he's not so rigid. So if I force with song, I might just end up pulling out like this. So at this point, I relax. I feel the energy inside my body, and I expand that. What happened there?
I felt myself being uprooted,
You
even
felt
though
yourself
I
being
was
uprooted.
relaxed.
Yeah, what does uprooted mean for someone who's not a Tai Chi person?
So it felt basically like I started going up on my toes instead of when I was originally more on the center of my feet.
Yeah,
And so because of that reason, I was always starting to fall forward.
Yeah.
And then just any slight movement will get me off balance.
there you go. So if you're like, not a Chinese martial artist, you study a Japanese martial art, you probably understand that feeling of being tiptoed or losing your anchoring as kazushi, that floating sensation in which you've been set up to be thrown in some manner. So he's casually grabbing lightly. If I pull hard, he's going to let go. So I relax also with the song, but I put my mind on the awareness of energy inside my body, and that expands to him there, like that. So, and you can combine that with the Tenkan footwork. So he's holding on to me lightly like that. So I connect to him, and I can step like this, and then you can do whatever takedown you're going to do after that. But that's a softer technique, and it no longer requires him to be grabbing me with a stubborn death grip like that. Now we can begin to do it to someone who's just kind of casually grabbing you. Like the next level after this is Neijin. So Neijin means internal force. Ironically, we're actually controlling the energy that's around us, outside of us. So in Neijin, we're doing Wai Chi. Anyways, that's a Chinese linguistic joke. So he's grabbing onto me casually like this. And so again, if I just pull with my hand too much, he's going to come out. So my mind is here. I expand my awareness from inside my body, the energy inside my body, outwards. You feel that shift in the atmosphere. So anyways, starting over from here, I expand outwards like this, and then everything outside goes. So how does that feel to you?
It feels more subtle.
It feels more subtle. That's pretty much the main thing you'll notice for the sake of this demonstration, is that it's even more subtle. It's no longer the dense chi inside my body, but the atmospheric energy. So it's everything around it. So he's grabbing me casually like this. I expand my awareness, and we just go like this. And it's very easy to move him at this point. And then we can take him all the way down to a technique if we wanted to. So that's the fourth level. The fifth level, you grab onto me. So we're here like this, is E, intention. So in order to be aware of his intention, I have to shut up. So I have to stop talking. I stop thinking even. And when I do, then I feel his holding on intention. And I take that, and And I just direct that like that. So how is that different to you?
Well, it feels even more subtle, Sifu.
Right.
But it feels like these levels, the Neijin and the intention, they feel almost kind of like a strange hypnotic effect.
Strange hypnotic effect, especially intention, because his intention is, I'm like reading his intention. We're stacking our intention together, my intention and his, so that we have the same intention of going this way, even though he may not have immediately realized that. So it is a trick of intention or something like that, you might say. So yeah, maybe something like that. And they just feel more and more subtle because we are manipulating increasingly more subtle things so that we can finally get to the heaven and earth. What is this abstract heaven and earth subtle thing that you're talking about? So we go through this journey so you could get more and more and more subtle, like wine tasting. At first you just know the wine is disgusting or not, then you know if it's sour or not, sweet or not. Then you go, oh, I taste notes of cranberries and mushrooms. And then you go, oh, this tastes like Napa Valley, this tastes like Australia. You're getting more and more subtle. So finally, after you work through all these 5 levels, you're now attuned to shutting up, sensing, and then when you let go of yourself and you listen to them, and you let go of worrying about them and you listen to the universe, you can feel the heaven and the earth. Once you feel that, I am now one with heaven and earth. And that's good, but I need him to be one with it. So I allow and I connect with him like this, and then now it's very easy to move him. So even he's holding me light, I can move him. He's holding me hard, right? Hard like this. The same thing, I connect with them, see? What's different when you hold hard?
I feel myself being pulled harder.
Yeah, he feels I'm being pulled harder. Am I moving any harder? Not really. I'm here, on light. So he's grabbing light like this. I'm here like this.
Yeah.
Okay. You grab me hard. So he goes harder because he's working harder. Tai Chi is an art of borrowing power, borrowing his power. So the more power he uses, the more he gets borrowed, the more he goes. Doesn't mean that Tai Chi is the art of yielding, like where I have to wait for him to throw his power and then I get out of the way. That's bullfighting, which is also very advanced. I probably could not do that successfully, but Tai Chi is not bullfighting. Tai Chi is a way to connect with them so that their power is available to you. We're not going to wait all day for him to give me all his power and then get out of the way. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about we make contact, he grabs into me, and we connect, see, and then we just go. So as soon as we are in contact, or stand still, right?
Stand still.
And I touch him like this and connect, see? Like that. That how to draw out his power, make it available to you, connect with it, connect to you and heaven and earth, and make use of it. So, yes, we have a question.
Can you do the same sitting or like with one finger?
Question is, can you do the same sitting or one finger? Yeah. So you grab one finger. Let's do my pinky. So you grab onto me like this. Okay. See, one finger, right? So I relax, like that. So yeah, you could do it with one finger. You could do a sitting. So I'm sitting here like this. Grab onto my wrist, I guess. We're doing this.
Okay.
When you're sitting, you want to maintain good alignment with heaven and earth. That means I'm going to sit tall like this, see? Here, grab strong. This time.
Really strong? Okay.
Yeah. Like that. Okay, that's really strong, right? So if I'm like this, I'm not aligned with heaven and earth. Like this. Yeah. Spine straight. The more upright, the better. If I'm lying down, spine straight is still important. I'm not going to be pointing up to the sky, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, so good question. You can do this sitting, you can do it with one finger. Of course, in a real fight, you don't want them to grab one finger because you have a very small window of time before they break your one finger. So for the sake of having leeway, the bigger your crash buffer, the better. Someone had a question?
I have one.
Oh, Carrie?
If you're grappling,
If you're grappling,
it would be the same. So does heaven and earth have to be vertical?
the question is, when you're grappling on the ground, does heaven, earth mean you've got to be vertical? If you're vertical, it is definitely better, okay? If you're horizontal, you can still access heaven and earth via the heaven and earth gates of the chaotic rings. So meaning, spiritual heaven and earth is different from geographic heaven and earth. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So,
Because I'm thinking, why should you not be able to connect on the ground to heaven and earth?
Yes.
Even though heaven may be here and earth may be there instead of here.
yeah, so the statement is, it seems to me Like, why wouldn't you be able to connect to heaven and earth just because you're on the ground, right? And that's totally correct. So, but it does require you to be actually aware of what is actually heaven and what is actually earth. The most common sense thing that people intuitively do is heaven is up and earth is down. So every religion and spiritual practice builds pagodas and towers and temples going upwards. No one builds temples going down for the most part because they sense that heaven is there. When you're born into the flesh from spirit, when you're spirit, you're floating in the clouds or whatever. But when you're born in the flesh, you get pulled down by gravity into this. This is earth. And so heaven is opposite of earth. But you could understand that spiritually, metaphysically, it's not literally this way. Because here in California, heaven is in this way, right? But if you're standing in Australia, heaven is exactly the opposite direction as what I'm talking about, isn't it? Right? So heaven is not just away from earth per se, but that is a one way to intuit what is heaven to your spirit. Your spirit,
In relation to your own body.
right? Yeah. So that's one way of communicating to your spirit. I want to go align towards heaven and earth, but the actual metaphysical, spiritual heaven and earth is accessed by what we call the gates, the mysterious gates, or the chaotic rings of the Wang Yuxian. So one is here, like where they depict halos. That is your actual connection towards the spiritual source, and one is below your perineum. And so, if you maintain that connection, even if you're on the ground, you can do pretty much the same thing. So. I'll demonstrate the ground one another time. I don't think I want to get a bunch of grass on me and Ray at the moment. Okay, so rewinding back, that was a very metaphysical and abstract discussion, and that is where we've gotten to. That's where you're going to get to in another few weeks or months, and that's where the Aikido practitioners want to get to also with their key of heaven and earth. But it's pretty hard to get there from just day one and going to heaven, literally leap to heaven, as we say in Chinese. So it's better to have steps. The steps will help you to become aware of slightly subtle things, more subtle things, really subtle things, really, really, really subtle things, and then finally the most subtle metaphysical things like that. So does that make sense?
Yes, Sifu.
Yeah. So once you have that, whether they're lightly grabbing you, whether they're strongly grabbing you, you can connect with them. You can connect with them and borrow their force, because when you're aligned with heaven and earth, you have the greatest authority and polarity. Meaning, like, if you have two magnets, big magnet, little magnet, the little magnet goes boom, right? If this one was little, it'll move more towards this way. They'll both move. Or like gravity, two planets, if one is much larger in mass, that one moves less and the other one moves more. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So when we talk about chi or energy, if you push me like this, let's go like this, two hands like this.
Two hands.
Yeah,
Push.
you expand your yang towards me. So he expands yang, I expand yang. We're both using our chi like this, right? The person that can expand more will win, will move more. And so, go ahead, give it me your all. So that's all your chi, and this is all my chi. We're about equal because we're both humans. He's a little bigger than me, so he might even have more chi. But when I align with something beyond myself, see, this is more.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So having greater connection to heaven and earth is like being a bigger magnet or a bigger planet. You have an outsized impact relative to the other party. So that even if you have a light grab, right, light grab like this, we can still move. If you have a strong grab and you're being resistant, right, we can still connect with you, see? You'll get the same kind of outcome to happen. Okay. Any more questions? So yeah, so I really like the teachings in Aikido, and I really like the kind of demos and what they're aiming for in their practice. And I saw that frustration that some students have. And I relate to that because the whole reason we have this whole Phoenix Mountain program is because I relate to the frustrations that Tai Chi students have, of which I was one, of how to master this stuff. And my teacher is incredibly good, but I'm just here crawling on the ground, not being able to accomplish anything. So when I finally understood, I wanted to create a mechanism, a method, so that we could climb up to the top of the mountain and touch the clouds. So I want to go over how that looks like in other tradition, applied to other traditions too. Make sense?
Yes, Sifu.
Any questions?
No questions.
All right, thank you for helping me demonstrate this. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. See you next time.